Monday space. So today's topic is project management. So as you can see, there is a portfolio management board. In last time's webinar, we also covered a little bit more about some of the columns. I will be explaining it today in today's webinar. So right now you can see this is a higher level board, meaning a portfolio management board, which is divided into 3 groups. You can see there's the upcoming projects, current projects, and closed projects. Now in this board, each line item is a project. So as you can see, there are some projects in my current project buckets and some in the closed and the upcoming. Now some of the organization, they do have this project intake accrual workflow. So taking consideration of that use case, we have this project intake form here. Here is the link of the form, and which is also opened up here. So now you can see the project request form here. So some of the organization, they do have this somebody like the project managers or a team of a project, they submit this form, and then the stakeholders can approve this project. So I have this project cargo here, and on this form, according to your use case, you can include some of the important information about the project. So for today's use case, we just included the priority of the project and also the project budget. So I have project cargo here, and I'm going to mention its priority as high. Also, I have some budget in place. So I'm going to request 300,000 project budget. And as soon as I submit this form, the data will appear in my portfolio management. So this is like an approval workflow. So if you see now in the main table, we have the project request is coming. Now, whatever information we submitted, all is here. So you see priority, project budget. Now we see project manager here. So according to your use case, as soon as the project is come in, first you will allot a project manager here. So let me allot a project manager here. Now, definitely this is your high level board, but what we want that for this project, we will have some set of tasks. Now we want to work on that project, the lower level project board. So now and we want the separate board for that. So how we will create that board? So there is a simple workflow here, and in a minute, how you will see how magically we'll create a lower level project board of this project card. So whatever information we submitted, it's all here. There are some more columns, which I will explain you in a bit. As soon as the request comes in, project is in upcoming project. Now you will do your due diligence, and basically now there is a time to create, because now you'll need that board, project board, to work on that project. So as soon as you are ready to launch the project, simply all you will do is you will come here, you will just change this status from to create project, and as soon as you will do that, a new project will be created in a minute. So let's see how we are doing that. So now I change this project to create project. In a minute, a brand new board will be created of this name, project cargo, and the link to that board will be placed into this link to project column. Now I'm just gonna hide this. So you saw that my project cargo, as soon as I change, because now the project is in current project state. So you see now my automation kicked in. My project moved from upcoming project to project cargo, and now in a minute you will see that project cargo is created in the workspace here. Now you see, I'm gonna click on this board in a minute, but over here the link will also appear. So let me just refresh this board. So now you see project cargo, we change the status to create project. And now there is a link here. So as soon as I will click on this link, the new board will open here in a side tab. And so smoothly our new project board is created. And also it has taken the name which you provided in that line item. It has taken the name, and also the board is created, a project board. Now to this, in order to this happen, we already saved this template, the project template, project schedule template, to the integration, rollup integration, and we have used that in the background, and this board is created. Now this board is fully customizable. We just took this standard project management work template, and we use that to save into that integration. But according to your use case, we can use different groups, or add some columns, or add or delete some columns, rename some column, meaning this board is fully customizable. Again, the portfolio management board which I shared with you, that is also fully customizable. So now you see the project cargo is created, and this board is can be actually a blank template, but for today's demo purposes, I have some cost types and already the expenses filled in my template. And also because there's a standard dependency between my tasks, I added that also here. Also for our demo purposes, I added some dates as the due dates for my task. But this template can be empty because every time you're creating a project, the due date may not be the similar, right? But if you have a standard set of tasks for every project, then definitely you can have those tasks saved here. So every time you're launching a project, you're creating this a brand new board for that project. Now, so think of it as a portfolio management board, as a parent board, and we just created a child board using our integration. So this becomes our higher level board, and project cargo becomes our lower level board. And how we created this board? By changing just one status. So smooth. So now I will show you, because there is a parent and child relationship, we are able to roll up some of these columns automatically to our portfolio management. So now I will go to the columns which I skipped before. So as you can see here, we have project estimated timeline here. Also there is some actual cost. Also there's an actual timeline and some other columns. And these columns are actually rolling up from our child board. So if you see, our due date is nothing but our estimated timeline. Because as you know, you start working on any project, the first task is to manage these dates. So as soon as you create the board, you are going to first allot these due dates for each task. Now you see our first date, that means our project is starting on April 7th and it's ending on June 1st. So this due date is become our actual timeline. Our due date is become our estimated timeline. You see now April 7th to June 1st. Now for any reason there's a delay, or because you know there is a dependency column. Last time I also showed you the dependency column in our last webinar, that the tasks are depending on each other. So for any reason my task 1 is delayed, that means my whole project timeline is gonna change. So let's say for some reason my task dates are changed. So that means my end date is also going to change. So this happens in the lower level board. But before this, we had to change it on the lower level board. Also, we want to change that same thing on the portfolio management board. But now with this integration, everything happens automatically. You just change the date on the lower level board or a child level board, and everything gets changed on the higher level board, which is our estimated timeline. So basically, idea is to create a higher level view for your portfolio management board, so that whenever you want to see just a higher level view of your project, what's happening in your organization, what's happening in your project, you just come to this board and look at the timeline and you get the estimate, okay, what's happening in my project. Similarly, we have also rolled up the cost column. Let's go to the cost column here. Now you can see the sum of the cost is around 57,000. I'm just gonna add here another 100,000. As I add 100,000 here, you see in my portfolio management, automatically it gets changed to 157,000. Just like my timeline, I'm getting my all my updates about the financials also. Now next column is actual timeline. Again, this column is also rolling up from your child board. So let me go to the child board. Now right now this column is empty. That is why in my portfolio management board it was not showing me anything. So now how this column works, this is the automatic timestamp column which we have used. We have used the Monday automation in the background, that whenever my status changes to done, timestamps today's date. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the status to done. As soon as it's done, my automation kicked in and it has logged today's date. If I was to complete this task after a few days, it would have logged that date. So now basically this task is done on April 17th. So now my portfolio management will automatically show me April 17th. Now as and when I am doing this task, let's say that I have done this task too. Now again today's date will be logged, but for demo purposes I'm just going to change this date to 19. Let's choose this one to some other date. Now if you see on my portfolio management board, you see now this becomes my actual timeline. I had the due dates for my tasks which became my estimated timeline, and as and when my tasks are completed, because on my project my team is going to work, right, as a project manager. So they are going to work on the tasks which are assigned to them, and as and when they are completing it, they are going to change that status to done. So whenever they will change it, irrespective of the due date, whenever they will change it, that dates will be logged and that becomes my actual time. So then this becomes very easy to compare that even this is become a good tool to understand, are we estimating our project correctly, because this is very important. If not, we will have to take some measures and estimate it better, right? So that becomes very handy to have this column also here. Now next column which we are rolling up is the status column. So now you can see some of the tasks are completed here. So again we are rolling up those tasks as percentage complete. Now you see 33.3% are completed. Now if I go to Project Cargo and complete few more tasks, automatically my project percent complete is gonna change. So somebody is working on the project and they are changing the task, they are working according to the timeline, and everything is getting updated on this portfolio management. We also have another automation here, that whenever this becomes 100%, my project status will automatically change to completed, because my project is completed, and then it can be moved to closed project. Now before showing you that, how it's changed to 100%. I wanted to show you the project health column. We have this project health column. Some of the organization, they do have this health column, meaning anything is, let's say that one of the tasks is red. That means one of the tasks is stuck. Right now it was showing everything is good. One of the tasks goes red, and my health status will automatically turn red. So these are the small indicators for a project manager or a stakeholder to see how your project is doing. And they didn't even have to go to the lower level board. They are just getting these updates right from the higher level. And then we can have on top of this board, we can have several automation that, let's say if my project health goes red, then inform the portfolio manager. So those automations we can have on top of this board. So a portfolio manager need not go to the lower level board, but from this board only, they will get all the updates of all the project. Now I can show you how when all the tasks are green, everything becomes 100%. So let me change this task at a stretch to done. Now all my tasks are completed, and the project cargo, everything changed to 100%, and project status also completed, and automatically it changed to close project. Very smoothly. If you just change one status, the board is created, then you are working on the board, all the updates you are getting in the higher level board. If you have any questions, there is a Q&A on your left hand pane. There is a Q&A button. So you can write your questions there, and after we finish this training, we can address those questions there. So this was the portfolio management board and the project board. Now, because now all the updates, now you see I have all these project alpha in the current state. I have some in closed project bucket also. Now what I can do is I can connect this portfolio management board directly to the dashboard. So I have that here. In a minute I'll show you. It is connected to portfolio dashboard. Now as you all know, in order for portfolio dashboard, I'm just opening it here. You all know that any Monday dashboard has a limitation that how many boards it can get connected to. According to your plan, 10, there are limitations of 10 board, only 10 boards you can connect, or 20 boards you can connect. Or enterprise, you have unlimited board. But with this integration, we have overcome that need of connecting all our boards to portfolio dashboard. Because all our boards are rolling up to the portfolio management board, which is a parent board, and now we have connected this portfolio dashboard to only portfolio management. So we have removed that need also, that we'll have to collect all the boards, and then as and when the project is coming, any new project, you know that you will have to go here and you will have to add that project, and then you will have to adjust the setting. But because now everything is connected to portfolio management board, and whenever any new project is coming, it's gonna be there in that portfolio management board, and the lower level connection is always there. All the updates are getting rolled up automatically, and everything, all the widgets are also getting updated automatically. Now you can see I have some widgets here at current projects. So because I have used the filter to show only current projects, I have these 4 projects here. Also, we have used the battery widget for our project status to show how many are completed or in progress. We can also use the donut chat for this. Then we also have this percentage complete project progress, which is nothing but showing a current project. You see the current project and its percentage complete. Because I have used this filter here to show the current project. But if you want to show all our projects, then we can remove this filter. We also have this, because there are some financial, the budget and the actual cost, right? A project budget and the actual cost. We have used this line chart to show all our projects and how there is a differentiation between the two to compare. So there's a comparative analysis of the budget too. Then we have use the timeline widget here. So you can see how each project is doing. So you can see this, the expected timeline and the actual timeline, the comparison between two. And it is segregated as per the project manager.